Tazria Shlishi. So, following the same hakdama from as yesterday about the simanim of Tumah, over here you're going to be introduced to a new one, which really applied by all of them, and that is the Adam Domes. We spoke about only white discoloration, but there's something called pasuch. Pasuch is when there's a red discoloration in the white. Some say white, red, some say pink. I think the shear they give is if you had a cup of 97% milk and 3% blood, the color that you would have, that's the shear that would be the red that would make the person tummy. But what's different about Shlishi than Sheni is that here we're talking about, it starts off, it doesn't mean over here boils shchin like from the makas. It means any wound that a person had other than a burn, whether it was from a knife or a boil, a blister, an infection of any sort, where there was an opening in his skin. So as long as the wound is open, it cannot become tameh with tzaras. The second, some sort of film or cover or scab starts to develop, then we could start looking at the discoloration and see, is it tzaras, is it metameh b'tzaras or not? In this Thomas Tzaras, we're going to have the same two simanim that we had before, and that is pisyon, meaning if it spreads, and it has to be, like we said, one of those shades of white, or if it has a hair or two hairs in it that turn white, that will render him tameh. Another difference between here and sheni is that by sheni we said that he gets locked up twice. Over here, where this nega appears on where the wound is healing, he'll only get locked up once, and the kohen will look at it and see if it spread or if the hair turned white, then it'll be metameh. Otherwise, he'll go to the mikveh and he'll be tahar right away. Agav, the Sfarim say, what's one of the inyanim of why we're separating him for 7 days? So because we mentioned yesterday that a lot of times it has to do with a person going with the flow and he's not being able to put his foot down and say, no, I'm going to do what's right. But a lot of times it's only because he's influenced by others. So if you separate him for 7 days and he doesn't have those outside influences, so Mamela, he'll realize on his own that he's doing wrong and he'll do tshuva. So then when the kohen comes to see him on 7 days, Hashem will make it that the nega will disappear, will get too dark, but he won't become tameh. But if he himself is the problem, and it's not the outside influences, then it'll either develop white hair or it'll grow and he'll become tameh and he'll have to go through the full mitzvah process. And that brings us to Rabbi.